following is a special presentation. The following is a special presentation.
From the Captain eSports Network.
This isn't just a game. This is iRacing. So sometimes things don't go as planned, and that's okay. But tonight, we are here a little bit later in the evening time as we get you ready for the Sim500 NC11.org Cup Series race number 2 of the playoffs. Welcome you into the virtual Charlotte Motor Speedway as after a wild first round at Talladega Super Speedway, we now get to some of the basic tracks, and I say basic meaning one that we are used to running. Charlotte Motor Speedway. It is round 2 of this series for 134 laps and 200 miles here this evening around this 1.5 mile oval. Get you caught up a little bit here after round number 1. I'm actually going to hit a button here. It's going to switch over.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, reused, retransmitted in any form without the authorized consent.
I had not noticed that my my screen had switched over when the timer hit 0. Anyways, take a look at the point standings as we enter the series tonight. This is after the Talladega race. Kevin King leads by 36 over Josh Parker, Kevin Brown, Mike Kelly, Patrick Colby, your top 5 right now. Justin Mond, Scott Simley, David Comstock, Fuller, and others. One of those awkward moments where you just hear music playing in your ears all of a sudden. Coming from somewhere. Fuller. That's interesting. Anyways, we'll mute that music for now. But yeah, we're getting ready to go racing here tonight. I don't know where the music's coming from. It's interesting to me. I know exactly where it's coming from. I've just figured it out. It's my grid music. There we go. Yeah. getting back in the swing of things after missing a week and things getting all haywire on me and things. But here we are, ready to go now. Kevin England, of course, joins me on Monday nights as usual, but he is actually in this race tonight. This race was ran last Monday, but we're here live here on the stream, and we're going to run this race here for you and let you guys watch it. Going to call the race and have some fun here as we get ready for tomorrow night's race 3 of this championship. But this is what it looks like right now going into race number 2. Kevin King, Parker, Brown, Kelly, and Colby, your top 5 going into this race. Of course, appreciate everybody coming out and hang out here on this later Sunday evening, as I know you guys just got wrapped up with the super late model race that just ran here a few minutes ago. I was watching the end of that before going live here on the Captain eSports Network. So that is the way your points look as of right now, and we're going straight into qualifying here. And of course, qualifying presented by 811. Know it's below and call before you dig. And the big question here, of course, what is going to happen in qualifying? It has been, of course, the Kevin King show all season long. Will it be that way again here tonight? Or will we see somebody else pull one off and put themselves up there at the top of the starting grid? Only time will tell. As here's Mark Jorgensen going to be the first one out on track. Don't want to cross over that line, because that will obviously make you have to restart your qualifying lap, stay behind that blue line. Of course, we ran this race back in May, which was a night race at that time. And this race had 8 cautions in it and was won by Kevin King. 22 lead changes in that race, so a very competitive event back in May. And the question is, will we see something similar tonight, this afternoon, or tonight? Will we see something different as across the line? As Bentley Glazier, already 30.75. He has the provisional pole, it looks like. Robert Fryery crossing the line. As Jorgensen down the back straightaway. In the purple right now. And you see the time is kind of all jacked up a little bit, and that's okay. And it's showing Kevin Stone on the pole, but I think that's all messed up right now. And hopefully this will fix itself when it's all said and done here with the laps and things. Let's go down here. See Justin Fuller's completing his lap. Oh, this is a great start here so far, as this is kind of backwards right now. The fastest car is down here at the bottom. Justin Fuller, 30.52. A 56 from Jorgensen. Rivera with a 59. This was working perfectly earlier, but leave it to things to happen, unfortunately, with the SDK and that kind of thing. But it'll fix itself here for the race and here momentarily, and hopefully I can get this updated for you and let you know who's on the pole. But right now, Fuller's the pole sitter with a 30.5. Let's see who else is out here on track in this 811 qualifying. Jorgensen finishes his lap, it looks like. As others get out here, there's Kevin. That 127 car in the Buffalo Wild Wings ride. Getting a pass to run here this evening in the race. Of course, the numbers in green, as always, are the guys in the playoffs right now. Still Fuller on the pole. Yeah, I'm not sure why these times are doing this. I've never seen this before, and I've done plenty of pre-recorded races. Trust me when I tell you that. Dalton right now in the purple. Let's see what he does as he comes to the line. Switches over off of Tyler there as he crosses the start-finish line. And his lap, 30.47. And that is the provisional pole now. After Simley, this timing and scoring is all jacked up. This is a good start. Let's, I'm going to make one adjustment here real quick. This might help me, actually, with this. It did not. Must be because I, literally, when I was doing this, I literally hit restart a couple times on the qualifying, so I could just kind of watch it a little bit. But pole sitter right now appears to be Tyler Dalton with a 30.47. That is what I'm seeing here. Is the pole sitting lap. King second, Jose Gonzalez third. And I'm actually going to verify that really quickly over at my end so you guys are up to date. And I apologize for the inconvenience here, but for some reason it'll fix itself here for the race. As Dalton is going to be the pole sitter, it looks like, as qualifying is about to end in about 30 seconds ago. Big shout out to Tyler, obviously winning the 811 Pole Award, presented, of course, by NC811. Call before you dig. And, of course, be aware if you're out there in the areas ravaged by Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton, that you are able to call 811, obviously, when you can, if power lines are down still or any kind of issues going on out there. But make sure you do definitely before you dig. Tyler Dalton, Kevin King, Justin Fuller, Mark Jorgensen, and Nelson Rivera are going to be the top 5 as we go into the race here momentarily, as they're going to go into warm-up right now here for that minute. So I'm going to try to readjust a couple things here, and we're going to go trackside for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, here we go. Let's go trackside. We get ready for the second race of the Sim500 NCA11.org Cup Series here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Take a look at the starting lineup here for the race. Tyler Dalton winning the pole, 30.467 second lap. Kevin King going to start on his outside. Justin Fuller, Mark Jorgensen Jr. has had some terrible luck here of late. Hopefully to pick that up here. He's going to start in the 4th position. Nelson Rivera, Anthony Calantoni. Of course, all these drivers you see in green, they are playoff drivers. David Comstock, Wesley Donaldson in row 4, row 5, Chad Coleman, and Mike Kelly. Bobby Wetzel, EJ O'Rourke in the 56 car, going to start here in the 12th position. Bentley Glazier, Jose Gonzalez there, row 7, row 8, Robert Fryery Jr., or Robert Fryery III, I should say, Kevin Brown. Kevin Stone and Charles Van Schaik in row 9, row 10, Scott Simley, Doy Woods, Joey Jatina, Seth Foudy in row 11, Justin Mons, Richard Beasley, row 12, row 13 is Arnold and Colby, Josh Parker, Jose Medina, Kevin England, Randy Yoakum, Brian Wertman, Doug Sigmund, Mark Schrader, Gerald Livingston, going to be your last of the 36 starters, going to get an extra pace lap here And our race information tonight, 134 laps, 78 degrees, the usual iRacing default weather, 45% humidity, 200 miles, 3 sets of tires, 2 overtimes if needed in the race. And if you're looking to be a part of the series, especially in 2025, go to Sim500.com right now, get signed up, as they are getting signed up for that 2025 season, which will come up in February at Daytona. So taking a peek here, so this is the 16th race in Sim500 history at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And according to my numbers here, we'll have to see if that's updated. But shows that Tyler Dalton should be a new track record. Or was that a 30.4? Let me check the grid again here. Oh, it was a 30.4. He's second off track record. Never mind. So, yeah, apologies for that. But either way, closes the track record by about a second. Obviously, the sunlight and other types of factors keeping that record from being touched here. This track, very sensitive, obviously, to the sunlight. It can run totally different than what you're used to in the daylight. That's what makes this track so much fun. But here we go. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Base car pulls off as Dalton and King lead him to the green. As here we go, race 2 of the... Oh, Tyler spins the tires. And what in the world? And Dalton's Pinkers better wait on him, but caution, I believe, is going to be out here. It is out. And we'll have to check the record book to see if that's a first for Tyler out of his many of poles. The caution is out for the first time here on lap 1. A lot of cars going through the grass. Didn't see who all got involved in that, but that definitely the main victim of that. Looks like Tyler's car looks okay, but we'll have to see how much damage. And here's the interesting part of this caution is how many cars cross the start-finish line before the caution, because that's where it gets tricky here. And of course, I'm gonna have to do this whole manual rewind button, and that's because of the way this all worked out. But there's a glitch in iRacing that has been there forever and a day, where if a caution comes out before the field crosses the line, that many cars gets lapped pretty much right away. And you see King ends up with decent amount of damage. Friery's in the grass. Rivera, others trying to avoid. Oh, and they're spinning over here in turn 1. Over here, Jatina gets spun to 25. Alrighty then. So Fuller's going to bring him to the pace car here, and this is where it's going to get interesting here for a second. So the interesting part about this broadcast, for those watching this for a first time ever and wondering how in the world am I able to do a broadcast that's not live? I've done this plenty of times to get used to this again. The laps will update itself here as we go. So it's not lap 4. We're only at lap 2 right now. As Fuller's going to get behind the pace car. Kevin King, I'm looking at the front end of the car. Doesn't look too bad. So he looks okay. Jorgensen and then others here. So second time that he's ever done this. Okay. I'm pretty sure everybody in iRacing has done this at one time, Tyler. So I think you're off the hook here, bud. So obviously cars with damage coming down pit road here. I think Tyler Screw's waiting for him to come to pit road at one point. As all these cars either damaged or topping off the fuel cell, coming back out of the pits. But obviously, Tyler's still up here. Looks like Tyler got trapped a lap down with the whole situation. Maybe even a penalty for pit road, not sure. But Justin Fuller going to be the leader now. Mark Jorgensen second. Anthony Calantoni, Bobby Wetzel, Charles Van Schaik here, top 5. As Fuller might have been handed a gift here, unfortunately, for some. There's Mons coming off of pit road. Rivera still in there getting damage fixed. King getting his number 29 fixed up. And we should get one to go this time by. There we go. So Tyler will be able to roll on here, and that'll get the field all organized up. The lap counter should get all organized up, and we should be good to go here. I want to thank everybody for their patience, obviously, this week. You guys, obviously, especially in the league here, with everything that transpired. Thankfully, everything's all good. Back home and ready to go. And, you know, glad to be able to get this on here this evening and put a broadcast on and let you guys be able to enjoy it. And come back live tomorrow night with Kevin. And get ready to rock and roll. And the great thing about SDK and iRacing and stuff is you can put the show on anytime you want. And here we are live on a Sunday night doing a race that was ran Monday evening. And we're going to have a few more broadcasts later in the week for you of some hit-up broadcasts that I had to do last week. I was able to get one in on Thursday. That was about it. Now, here we go. Fuller, Jorgensen, Calantoni, Wetzel, and Van Schaik, your top 5. We'll take the green here. Lap number 4 as Fuller brings him down in second gear and takes the green. And no, we're not under caution. That's just my... I have to manually turn the thing yellow. So Fuller pulls out to a pretty good size lead here early. Calantoni, Jorgensen, Wetzel. As these guys got to get used to running this Charlotte Motor Speedway. The daylight, obviously tricky. A lot of times you run a race at Charlotte, it's usually at nighttime, but not here. We're in the daytime. Side by side, first battle right down there at Chad Coleman, Charles Van Schaik, and the Purple People Eater there. As the Michigan winner trying to get a position away from the 38 car. See how that second groove opens up very well here at Charlotte. Oh, around goes the EJOR car. And other cars spinning around. Wesley Donaldson, another playoff driver. Kevin Brown involved. And second caution waves. Not sure what happened there, but EJ seemed to come shooting out of the pack there. Let's see what took place here. Wesley Donaldson, there's EJ running the EJ line as usual. Oh, maybe some net code. Oh, and there Wesley gets into Kevin. Dory Woods gets a piece. Add Yoakum into that battle, and one other car it looked like. That's a vantage point of this. Looked like EJ was just kind of getting antsy there. Maybe wanted to pull down and just wasn't clear all the way yet. Oh, add Eric Arnold to the list. Another damage car. Kevin King comes flying in there. I mean, EJ had such a good run here. Comes up on the back of the 26 card. Oh, that's just a tough call there. Wesley was streaming this race live, and sure got a the crew there got a pretty good PG-13 moment there. All right, so second caution is out as the field will catch the pace car. And you wonder if we might get some early pit stops here from the crew. 7 laps. I mean, obviously it's easily a two-stop strategy here. Tires are a premium at this track. You do get the 3 sets to work with. And everybody pretty much staying out here for the most part. Maybe some damaged cars could come in. Doy Woods looks like going to be the first. Talladega winner from last week. Arnold, Fiery, Randy Yoakum, and others coming to pit road. Well, these guys had 8 cautions in the race back in May, and they're working on that streak real quick. We look at some of the history here from this track. We've had, at least in the 2018 version of Charlotte Motor Speedway, this is the 9th race run, 8 different winners so far. Daniel Falkingham, Adam Gilliland, Donnie Leah, Justin Fuller, Brian Macklin, David Comstock, Pedro Mojica, and then the May race was Kevin King winning that race that went to overtime. Of course, you've had the Roval raced on a couple times. Daniel Falkingham won all 4 of those. And then the 08 Oval back in the old heyday. J.D. Laird, Nick Don't Mess with the Cohan, and Chad Cole winning those races. But outside of the road course, we've had a different winner every single race on the Oval. How about that stat? Already, cars getting fixed up here. Nelson Rivera, Wesley Donaldson, PJ O'Rourke, Kevin DeBrown getting a cat sticker or a cat band-aid put on his car, potentially. There he goes leaving. These guys try to keep on the lead lap here, trying to get as much damage as possible fixed up. As we'll get one to go this time by. And while we're at one to go, real quickly, let's step away and get a break, come back, and get you more green flag racing here on the Captain eSports Network.
This tree is going to look great here.
Did you call 811 to protect your underground utilities?
I can't wait to see these roses come up.
Dig, dig, dig!
Wait! We forgot to call 811!
Before you dig, make sure you can. Call 811 to know what's below. It's up to all of us to protect the ones we love.
All right, see the cars rolling down the back straightaways. We're back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, coming to the green after the second caution early here. Incident between E.J. O'Rourke and Wesley Donaldson, collecting Kevin Brown, Eric Arnold, and others. So playoff drivers involved early. And 2 skirmishes. Here we go. Pace car going to pull in. As Justin Fuller and Mark Jorgensen lead him to the green flag. Back at it again. Tony up the second. Jorgensen gets a piece of the outside wall. There's Chad Coleman, goes to his inside here. Down the back straightaway. Alan Tony putting that pressure on. Everybody stays single file all the way back to about Charles Van Schaik here in the 5th position. There is the Bobby Wetzel, Jose Gonzalez battle. As back here, 3 wide, some contact. As King trying to roll up here through the field along with Josh Parker. And that 24 car of Jose Medina. As he tries to roll up here. He tries to catch the leader. Wetzel and Gonzalez going to settle down. Wetzel able to get that middle groove to work a little bit there for him. Hard racing early. See Mike Kelly under attack as Parker's going to go by him. Patrick Colby in the 28 back there. Seth Foudy also. See the 11 car there, just hanging tight. Justin Mons, after being involved in that first accident, 17th position. He said his car was destroyed in chat. 17th is pretty good for a destroyed car. Joey Gittini got that punched in nose on the 14. Robert Fryery also in that battle is up here. Outside lane going to work as Wetzel's making it move. Last week at Talladega, you couldn't do 1 car moves. Tonight, yeah, you can definitely do it at Charlotte. Oh, off the wall back there. I think that was Kevin Stone. Potentially in the 17 car. But up front, Anthony Calantoni has gone to the lead. And brings Jorgensen with him. Here, Charles Van Schaik, Josh Parker. You see Wetzel now still trying to work that middle groove in. Gonzalez there on the bottom. Comstock there with him. Kevin Stone up on the top side. It's all about rhythm here at Charlotte. It's so tricky the way the tires wear, which I know in the next-gen car it's kind of tricky because the tires don't wear nearly as much as other cars do. But still, there's that tire wear, the fall off. You got to take care of this car, especially in the daylight. As you're going to see the comers and goers throughout the evening. And speaking of comers and goers, Jorgensen, the Diadu car to the front. Lap 17. Already another lead change. And that's where I think you're starting to see guys maybe saving some tire a little bit, falling off, falling back. They know they can sooner rather than later come working up through the field with the older tires. And see Beasley in that 10 car starting to get into the picture. Kevin Stone looking okay after that little wall bang. $18 laps complete. Bedoy Woods took the 0-0 behind the wall. Not sure he was unhappy or something, or had some issues. Car didn't look too badly damaged, but he's going to take her behind the wall and call it a night. As back here, Eric Arnold, the 31, Randy Yoakum, Joey Jatina, Justin Mons, a bunch of playoff drivers right here. And Kevin King in a 29 also just in front of this pack. The air here very treacherous at Charlotte. Fast speeds. But one of the more narrow 1.5-mile tracks you get around. So we look back at Wetzel now. Ooh, he gets the outside wall just slightly there. Is Chad Coleman in that 38 car. And right with the 26 of Jose Gonzalez. All right, so I know obviously a lot of the guys from Sim500 are watching in the broadcast tonight, so I'm going to ask the question to you guys, and I want to know if you guys get the same feeling I do. Every time I've run this track, as you get on older tires, you guys ever notice on the older tires that your car kind of floats on the back straightaway? Oh, into the wall back there. Is it Arnold? You forget where the track was? I always left myself an extra little bit of room down the back straightaway here because it just seemed like the car would float a little bit. Like a dead spot in the wheel almost. As Fuller goes back to second, you're going to bring Parker, who has climbed 23 positions already, to the third position. Tony might have hurt those right front tire, right rear. Oh, little door bang there. Hurt these tires too much. You just go free falling backwards, unfortunately. You'll get some fall off here. King getting by his best friend there, Beasley. Tyler Dalton working his way back up through the picture after his little whoops-a-daisies. He's in the 20th position now in that 19 car. Looking okay right now as Jorgensen leads. Now Parker's gone up to second past Fuller as Gonzalez and Callan Tony battle for fourth. Cars just trying to find a clean air all they can. Very tough here. As I mentioned, Charlotte's only 50 feet wide, which is actually the same as Daytona and even Atlanta now. You don't go up. Comstock hitting the wall now. These guys not know where the track is? You're trying to get everything they can with the double dog leg and just whacking the wall going into the corner. As there's your pole sitter Dalton back there with Medina and 25 of Bentley Glazier. Good to see Bentley back on the track again. Scott Simley there behind them. Let's check on my buddy here. There's Kevin. 25th position right now. Doing a pretty good job at a spot start. Charles Van Schaik here in the 11th position. He started 18th. Beasley there. Behind him started 24th, it looks like, Eric Arnold. Some of these guys being able to work their way up through the field. There's Arnold, the aggressive driver out of Michigan. As Tyler brings up a good point in chat there, that if you want to track something, it's something I didn't think about. I ran the 600 here back in May, and I do remember that 4th and 5th gear thing. I never shifted to, for those who always were curious, I did not, because I always felt like it would save the rear tires on my end. But that's just me. But others who are a lot better than me shifted. You see Mon saying he shifted. I'm sure others did too. As you see the onboard cameras here when we ride with drivers, you'll see some of them shift to 4 through the corner, especially 3 and 4. The more tighter radius corner here at Charlotte, where you're definitely going to see those cars shift from 4th to 5th. Arnold doing a great job on this top side. He's got that EJ lane rolling pretty well here. Oop, Alabama car in the wall. Patrick Colby. Parker trying to chase down Jorgensen, the lead at 0.6 of a second. And Fuller, their third. Calantoni, Jose Gonzalez right now, your top 5. As here comes King working through the field as he goes inside of Mike Kelly, going to make the pass. As Kevin in that 29 car making moves now. He gets past Kelly, now looking inside of the speeding Gonzalez Miami Dolphin car. As now you see Calantoni starting to come up through the field. Fuller back up to second. Getting really close to that outside wall. Hey, do want to put out there for those who end up watching the stream, if it's live here like you are right now or on demand, which you'll have the opportunity to do, you can always donate to the American Red Cross to help out victims of Hurricane Milton and Hurricane Helene by just clicking in the race description area down below, and just go there to the American Red Cross site, as they appreciate your donations into very tragic situations. Hope everybody is doing well after those couple of storms. I'm still kind of figuring out how a EF3 tornado would hit near my home area in Florida, which I don't think has ever happened. But everybody okay, thankfully, family-wise down there. But definitely help out the American Red Cross if you can. Jorgensen's lead's gone out to 1.1 seconds now over Fuller. Car on the move is, surprise, the 29 car. This King goes to the inside of Calantoni. As the May winner looking to get the position and sends it down there into turn 1 and definitely makes the pass. Clearing the 84 car. Not only that, but let's look back here because Beasley and Seth Foudy, Bobby Wetzel, these guys at lap 36 battling for the 10th, 11th, and 12th positions. And there's Eric Arnold, as mentioned earlier. Bond's also there trying to work his way back up through the field. Robert Friery, Patrick Colby, amongst others. Oh, car out of shape there a little bit. There's Wetzel. Looks like got off the pace. Arnold got out of shape and allowed Colby to make the pass as these guys single file out for a second. Getting a little dicey here. See what happens when I let Kevin DeBron get a hold of my drone. As Van Schaik inside of Parker as Foudy slides up the track. Van Schaik has fallen back a few positions. Parker really got that parachute out right now after running up there towards the front. He's fallen on the way back to the 9th position now in the 81 car. Parker just trying to get to that first pit stop, I think. And look at Foudy making that top line roll. Great pass by the 11. Calantoni and Mike Kelly. These guys staying side by side. Mike Kelly with the old save mark. Oh, got the nose off. Save Mart Supermarkets paint scheme on the 2 car. I like that on the back deck lid there. The old sponsor of the Sonoma race back in the old heyday when it was called Sears Point. It was the old Sears, the Save Mart Supermarkets 300 at Sears Point back in the day. For those who remember that. So 42 laps in the books this time by Jorgensen's lead has shrunk down a little bit, 0.7 of a second now over Fuller. King about 0.3 back of him. Mike Kelly and Anthony Calantoni are top 5. As the 81 continues to have a parachute, unfortunately falling out the back of his car. There's Jorgensen. Your top 2, top 3, and then right here your first battle. Well, these cars are really getting tight now. You can see them sliding off turn 2. Tony now falling back, so yeah, this is definitely that point in the run here. 44 laps in. Yeah, you've had a couple of cautions, but this is the point of the race where those guys who have saved their tires the most can work their way up through. Had they fixed the solar flare or whatever they call it that happens? Have they fixed that yet? Where the track temp just goes skyrocketing for like a split second? I've had that in a couple other league races, and they're like, it feels like you're driving on ice when that happens. Oh, Wesley Donaldson. Oh, I thought he went off track for a second there. It looked like he did. And Wesley going to carry on here. Unfortunately, his rough night. As we stay green. Well, it says you did. I don't know if you actually did or not. Just going off of the highlight where it says Wesley Donaldson went off track. Wesley Donaldson came back on track. Up front, new leader. Let's check it out. What happened real quick. happened just a lap or two ago. Fuller takes the lead. And apparently Wesley Donaldson went to the Tyler Reddick School of Flying here. Good save on his part. Fuller back in the front. Fiery up to the 10th position now as he battles with Chad Coleman. Charles Van Schaik and Mons. It's about a second or so off. Should start to. Ooh, door banging there. Fryer and Coleman. Okay, Chad. I think we're going to start seeing probably pit stops here in the very near future. I know some people like to split the race into threes or go as long as they can. Colby and Arnold, those guys trying to get through, and there's Tyler Dalton. That 19 car behind him is Scott Simley. Everybody's, you're not really getting that one guy pulling away as Arnold goes up there and scrapes the wall again. Oh, and Chad gets turned. Saves it. And they did put the caution out. So caution is out. Chad Coleman, unfortunately, he and Charles Van Schaik coming together. And Chad's going to say hello. And unfortunately, it doesn't have it on my replay here, so I got to rewind it. So I hate doing that. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Here we go. And replay. Chad goes for a slide, locks it down. Does a great job saving it. You see Charles slowly edging up the track, it looks like. And, you know, that might be that whole floating thing we talked about a little bit ago. Caution out at lap 50. Coleman off. I can only imagine what Chad said. I mean, he's got a point there, Mons. Just saying. Tyler. again, so we should get pit stops here, I would think. Fun part about doing a live replay is you guys just come over here and I get to sit over here and laugh with you guys and chat and have a good old time. Fuller's going to bring all the leaders on the lead lap to pit road. And the other great part about a live broadcast of a replay is we can watch how Tyler Dalton's pit stop was. As Fuller wins the race off pit road, King going to be second. Brian Wortman going to stay out and get his traditional Wortman-led lap. Gonzalez going to be third. O'Rourke and Jorgensen looks like your top 5 off pit road. Looks like you guys had a pretty interesting Cars Tour race a little bit ago I was watching. Saw Calantoni and Donaldson spin out. I think Fuller got a top 5 in that race, huh? Pretty good. So this race number 2 of the playoffs, as we take a look at the schedule of the upcoming races tomorrow night. Race number 3, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Richmond Raceway coming up the following week, and in Phoenix on November the 3rd. I noticed Las Vegas, 120 lap race tomorrow night. And if I remember correctly, it was 120 laps back, it was 134 laps. And Calantoni winning that one on a 2-tire strategy back in the heyday. So tomorrow night will be a race of, okay, how's pit strategy going to go? Everybody going to do one stop tomorrow night probably, easily? Vegas very notorious for the no cautions in that race, so that race back in, what was it, February? Caution comes out late. Leaders come to pit road. Wesley or Calantoni and I think Tyler took 2 tires. Kind of curious of that comment, Mr. Mons, of most random bumps in a racetrack. So Fuller, King, Jorgensen, Gonzalez, Calantoni, your top 5. Dalton said a minute ago, best number 1 pit stall in all of iRacing is Charlotte, up to 14th. I think we'd all argue that Dover is the worst probably, because you could get a speeding penalty for getting up speed so quick. Well, we obviously know about the bumps in turn 1 and 2 where the tunnel is, right? As we come back to the green, lap 54, 80 laps to go. Still a one-stop strategy here the rest of the way as Fuller gets a good launch. As we wrap up the third caution into turn 1. Ooh, Gonzalez pushing Jorgensen up the track a little bit there. Seth Foudy tries to work his inside. Calantoni there with him. Ooh, easy, Seth. Starts to look out of shape at times. I know it's tire pressure trying to get up here and stuff, but turn 4 can be kind of tricky here coming off of the transition there. As King inside of Fuller for the lead. And he will take it away as Gonzalez trying to get third, bringing Kelly with him. Oh, and yikes! Big wreck. Jorgensen, Gonzalez, and Kelly. And the fourth caution comes out and more playoff victims. What in the world happened here? Seth Foudy with damage. Comstock gets damage. That kind of reminded me of being a Bill Elliott fan growing up. It reminded me of the 02 All-Star race, I think, where Bill breaks his foot. That wreck looked just like that. That looks like one of those two cars trying to turn in. One turning in at one point, the other just a little later. And they come together. You get this very notoriously at a track like this. One car up at the top side tries to turn in. The bottom car's not turning yet. And you get contact. And unfortunately, Mike Kelly got the run into this one. So did Seth Foudy and Comstock. And hey, no offense, Mons. I think there was about 31 others that had a good view of this one. Jorgensen brings his car to pit road, likely to take it behind the wall. That's the fourth caution here, lap 58, so trying to see who's going to come to pit road. I would think obviously damaged car, so Foudy's got a nice little punch in the front end. Well, I'm a little worried now with that comment, Tyler. Remember this wreck later in the race, considering the 26 and the 2 have had a very long history together. All right, so caution's out. Let's take a break here and come back, get you More racing here. Sim500 from the Charlotte Motor Speedway on the Captain eSports Network.
When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC 811 app. Know what's below before you dig. Visit nc811.org to learn more.
All right, you caught me. Welcome back. As we get ready to go race in lap number 54. I was trying to set it up real quickly to go right to the restart here. As Fuller and King bring them back, lap 54, lap 55 now. Green flag back out. Look, it's a good restart. Wait a minute here. I just pulled a sneaky move and we've already showed the track. What am I? Oh, I'm trying to be sneaky and it really backfired on me. Hey, we know it's coming. I literally... Oh, well. What I get for trying to go to commercial, fast forward up to the green flag real quick, and... I'm firing my producer. Like, I literally went over to, like, Kevin King's name and then hit fast forward a couple laps, and it went back to lap 55. It's kind of hilarious. Yeah, there's Wreck again. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit this button real quickly, and this will allow me to... Let's go to Kevin's name. And we're going to go to the green flag. Welcome to live TV again, folks. There we go. Green flag back out. Lap 61. Tony taking second. Fuller almost tail whipping the wall there. There's Beasley up to the 4th position. As he's got Charles Van Schaik now to his inside. Mons up to 6th now. Oh, and they're wrecking again. Joey Zatina's around. Along with Kevin Stone. Scott Simley's out here in the grass and others. And just like that, we are back under caution. Looks like that started around Kevin Stone in the 17. Oh, they're 3 wide. Kevin checks up and gets hooked. Oh, Joey hard into the wall. Nelson Rivera with damage. Add Wetzel to the damage list. Get a different view of this here. Oh, right there, Mark Schrader, unfortunately, he's in a bad spot there. Rivera center punches the 14 and the 17, and Rivera already in trouble as he missed the first race of this round, and now has heavy nose damage, unfortunately, on the 22 car. wrong place, wrong time for the 17, and unfortunately others get involved in this. In caution at lap 64 here, right before the halfway point, which really makes the strategy interesting. A lot of drivers coming to pit road here, as this could be interesting right here. I think with enough saving of the tires here, you could potentially do this, and this be your last stop if we go green. Tyler, fuel only there. How do I know? Haha. A lot of cars coming in for fuel only, it looks like, are getting damage fixed. So King, Van Schaik, Beasley, Mons, Glazier all stay out here. They pitted at lap 51. These guys pretty much guaranteeing that they will pit one more time at least to the finish. Of course, at the rate, unfortunately, we've had some yellows here tonight. You could think there's maybe another one coming. But obviously, anything can happen in any night of racing. That's why we do it. For those who happen to check out the video on demand or watching live, you interested in some Captain eSports Network gear, you can always check out the store down in the race information page down below where it says race description, and click on, I should say, the Captain eSports Network link, and you can head over to check out the t-shirts and hats and jackets and so much more, including the old ARCA braking and blinking fluid t-shirts. They're there on the Captain eSports Network page. Just click the link there to the fourth wall page and you can check it out. Do appreciate you guys coming over to hang out. Obviously, I know you guys just got done with the Cars Tour race, those especially Sim500 drivers that ran in this race last Monday night, hanging out. You guys are probably all laughing your tails off in the channel right now. Let's go see here what's... Nah, everybody's left, it looks like. I look down here, EJ's still hanging out in this channel by himself. And we'll get one to go this time by. Kevin England, 23rd position, as he's been surviving here tonight. Can't wait to hear him talk about this tomorrow night. Getting himself a rare cup start after not being able to broadcast this race live last week. Good to see Kevin being able to come out and hang out with the guys and put some laps in. Can't wait to hear his feedback of how everything felt on track. King bringing it back to the green flag with Van Schaik, Mons, Beasley, Fryery, I should say, Glazier. Your first 3 rows. Yeah, I think this is a good opportunity to turn it up. Oh, reckon. I don't see a caution light on. I think we stay green here. So something happened to Chad Coleman on the restart there. Let's see it. Robert Fryery there in front of him. Oh, tagged by Arnold. Arnold gets the inside wall. And Chad ends up saving it. One more look at this. Of course, the onboard camera didn't. On board from Coleman here. Let's see. Down the back straightaway. Oh! Well, argy-bargy right there. Green flag stays out. And look at 1 and 2 here. Oh boy. King and Beasley as Arnold comes to pit road. Broken toe link, it looks like, for him. As here comes the 41 outside of Mons. At Ancient World Gaming, number 41. And Schaik there behind him in the 00, Robert Fryery. And Anthony Calantoni up here in the top 6 as King tries to protect from Beasley getting around him. All that trash talk that's been going on this season amongst the two. And here comes Mons. He and Van Schaik both go by the 10. First car to come to pit road there into that caution. 6th place right now. Anthony Calantoni is working his way up through the field. Not on fresh tires, though. We'll have to keep an eye on those who decided to take tires during that stop. Back here, Fuller and Parker, Bentley Glazier. And it looks like O'Rourke and Stone getting close together back there. Oh, and around goes the 25 and the 11. 25 rejoins the track. And there's the, oh no! And Foudy, I think, hit the manhole cover. The one race I don't talk about it, and somebody hits it. And caution out again. And for those wondering why I have to rewind like this sometimes, it's because my event recording, that they call it, on SDK resets. So I have to not have anything to go off of to go back to on the replay. So I have to manually rewind it. So apologies for that. Hate that. I know it's annoying. Glazier gets in the wall, gets into Seth, and they both go flying. And a reminder, there's a manhole cover. Well, in his case, he actually hit the road course rumble strips. Never mind. And of course, leave it to my ground camera to come into play here. Unfortunately, Seth loses control. And into the outside wall he goes. Medina gets a piece of him, and I think everybody else does a great job to miss him. So now the window, you wonder if it's about to get flipped here. You got those cars that pitted at 64, and now you got these 5 that pitted at 51. I think you're going to see these guys have to come to pit road here. And most of them come in. About 3/4 of the field on the lead lap come in. So King, Beasley, Calantoni, Dalton, Stone, Colby, and Wesley Donaldson stay out here. And they'll be your top 7 or 8. Interesting. Hey, if you're looking for gloves and shoes to help your iRacing experience, I invite you to check out 4D Racewear. Of course, Jim Herrick does a great job designing these shoes and gloves. And once again, the link is right down in the race description area. Click the link, check out 4dracewear.com for all your needs. Especially if you are one that races with metal pedals, which a lot of us do. Put those shoes on, they're very comfortable. You don't have to worry about scratching your feet. Of course, the gloves, if you grip that wheel with a death grip and don't want to get blisters or whatever. I'd suggest the gloves, a good fit. And other stuff there too, t-shirts and so much more at 40racewear.com. So again, tomorrow night, Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the third race of the playoffs. Here on the Captain eSports Network, we'll have it for you live. And we're actually going to do another broadcast like this tomorrow afternoon for another league. As I play catch up a little bit from a little bit of a wild week, and I do appreciate everybody's patience and stuff from the events of last week and things. Everything worked out. Everything's good. And we're going to get back on schedule here this week. I'm looking forward to having Kevin in the booth with me tomorrow night from Vegas. Should be a lot of fun there. As we get race number 3 and we start seeing who's going to be the guys that work closer and closer to that championship 10 that'll race for it all in the final 5 races. Great run for Beasley. Great run for Patrick Colby. Started back in 26. He's up to 5th. Kevin Stone from 17th to 6th. Randy Oakham up in the top 10. He was involved in the lap 1 kerfuffle. As we come back to the green, there will be 54 laps to go. Here we go. Top 3 or 4 cars, single file as they work their way down the back straightaway. Galantoni trying to get the lead. King holds him off here as Patrick Colby moves up to the 5th position. And look who he's bringing with him, Kevin Stone to the inside for 6th. Wesley Donaldson clearing the 17. Look at O'Rourke pushing Wesley down the front straightaway into turn 1. Scott Simley making moves now. A lot of cars involved in incidents, working their way up through the field. And there's Fuller, 3 wide on the bottom. Ooh, hold on, Kevin. little push there from the 81. Everybody okay as Calatoni clears for the lead, and look at Beasley for second. He's got him. He passes Kevin for second. Dalton and Amir going for third. Not quite clear. As they stay side by side down the back. Good job by Dalton to come back after his, whatever you want to call it. As Beasley, Calatoni got the apron right in front of King there. Got a little loose. And let Beasley get back in here. And Beasley's like, hold my time, boys. I'm going to send it. As he's going to take the lead. And I saw that shift up to fifth gear there. Calatoni falls back into the clutches of Tyler Dalton there on his outside. King there trying to find somewhere to go. Patrick Colby back there with him. And some, oh boy, cars in trouble back here. 4 wide in the back. And go, no, Kevin. Oh, no. Randy Oakham involved. That all started, I see Friary getting free up here. This started way back in third grade. Oh, this actually goes back further than the replay almost goes. Mon says it started in turn 4. Let's go back here and go to turn 4 then. There's Friary getting free. Coleman gets tagged. Van Schaik and Coleman again. 3 and 4 wide here. And then somehow the 127 gets turned and Mons gets into the 8. Carroll Livingston nowhere to go. And the exciting run of Kevin England comes back to an end here, and he will return to the booth tomorrow night officially. Let's watch Friary here, because that's where this all starts, it looks like. Oh, right there, Fuller gets into the back of him. Pretty sure Chad Coleman Stone had expletives at the 00. And one last joke before we move on here. All the times, it's been 2 years now that Kevin's been in the booth with me, right? Kevin, always know what's below and call before you dig. Bam, gets turned by the 811 car. No, what's below, Kev? Come on. All right, so caution comes out, less than 50 to go now. Now, what does everybody do? As it looks like split field again coming to pit road. Tyler going to come in, 4 tires and fuel. Ask me how I know. I kind of like this strategy. Whoa, easy back there. Arnold and Stone about getting together. All right, so 87 laps in the books. Let's go ahead and get our last break out of the way here as you're watching the NC811.org Cup Series from Charlotte on the Captain eSports Network.
What a nice day to install my new mailbox.
Hi there, friend. I'm Dig Safely Man. My job is to ensure you call 811 before you dig.
Why do I need to do that?
Vital utilities like natural gas and electric run just beneath the Earth's surface. Damaging them can cause service interruption, environmental hazards, or personal injury.
I thought only contractors had to call before they dig, so homeowners do too.
Call 3 business days before you dig unless you have X-ray vision. Visit nc811.org to learn more.
All right, back we are here. 90 laps about to be in the books. This time by, we'll get the green flag. 44 laps to go in this 200-mile race at Charlotte. That is unfortunately seeing its share of cautions here this evening. At 8 back in the spring race. And kind of working our way back up at that number again. It's one thing I do miss about Kevin not being here with me right now is he usually tells me how many cautions there have been. I do appreciate everyone coming to hang out here on this Sunday evening. And a big shout out to Sim500 for working with me to be able to get this broadcast live and on the air for you guys. Thanks to Joey, obviously, and all the racers and viewers and stuff. Of course, a lot of people will get a chance to come over and watch the race on YouTube after work or whatever tomorrow if they're up early, as King brings them to the green flag here. Restart lap number 91. Patrick Colby second, EJ O'Rourke, Wesley Donaldson, and Kevin Brown, your top 5. EJ and Wesley, they were a part of the second caution there. They are second and third now. Keep an eye on those two. Ha 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 ha. And here's BJ put himself in a wall trying to run the O'Rourke line. Oh, 3 wide for 5th. Colby thinks better of it and gets out of line there. Oh, cars scrambling everywhere. More contact amongst others. Everybody moves on and survives here as we continue on green. Mike Kelly back there in that 2 car. He's starting to get back into the picture here after getting involved in that incident with Gonzalez earlier. As the 4 tires start to roll up here through the field, already up to the 2nd position. As here's Kevin Brown into play. As Kevin says, here, kitty, kitty, to the other Kevin. Josh Parker there behind him. Seth Foudy also on fresh tires. Donaldson under attack as Seth Foudy gonna go by. Here comes Fuller with him. A lot of 2 and 3 wide. Jocelyn back here. Parker gets by to Brown for 2nd. Is getting close here. As up front, Parker to the lead. Took the fresh tires and is cleared. The 29 for the top spot. As back here, Fuller trying to get around Kevin Brown does so. You wonder, was that the winning move, putting the tires on when they did? Or will the door open up for others to come in with a caution like the ones who stayed out? Anything can happen here. Still got plenty of racing, 38 to go, coming to 37. We've seen plenty of Sim500 races have their upside down flips and stuff. As Fuller trying to get around Foudy for 3rd. The Browns falling all the way back to 5th already. Look back here, there's the 41, there's the 25, Glazier, Justin on 16th and 17th here, Chad Coleman, Tyler Dalton. I mean, a lot of attrition in this race, a lot of guys getting involved in others, but they have fought their way through. As Fuller still trying to get around Foudy. He does. He clears himself up there. As Parker pulling away at about 4/10 right now. As Foudy getting the outside wall just a little bit there. David Comstock, a good run for him up in the 6th position. Shanking that Goat Mustang. You can see the difference in throttle points. And, oh, little contact. Beasley in the grass. Good save on his part. Barely lost the spot, if anything. The largest lead anybody's had tonight. Has it been like I think 1.3 seconds or something like that? Is King coming back at Parker. Josh definitely showing that short run speed tonight. Fuller just gets a great run in the entry of the corner there. Kind of stalls out. Very tough to make that pass there on the inside, especially at that moment. Ooh, getting tight, getting tight. Everybody's on top of everybody right now. Everybody giving 110%, trying to get that win, trying to get whatever points they can get in the playoffs here. Every point's going to matter to try to get... Oh! Couple cars getting outside wall there. As King goes to the front. And Parker is going to try to take it back. Shades of Atlanta right here. Fuller on the carpet trying to make a move. So 3-1 to turn one. Oh. Fuller took advantage of the contact between Parker and King and took the lead there on the inside. Even had to go to the carpet a little bit in the AstroTurf or artificial turf, whatever it's called. Field turf. Ooh, Parker gets free. Look out. Saves it. Everybody saves it. Great save by him and Rivera. As Kelly moving up to 6 now after all that. Seth Foudy up to 3rd now. Kevin DeBrown back to 4th. Callan Tony to 5th. Fuller trying to get away and get another win here at Charlotte, trying to become the first repeat winner on the oval in the Cup Series history at this track. All different races on the oval, the old and new. And there have been 12 different winners. Rewind back towards Colby. Parker Mack here, Bentley Glazier, Eric Arnold, Mark Schrader. Haven't said his name all night, I think. Fuller with 25 lap pressure tires, and Kevin King has got the lead and is pulled away to about 4/10. King doing a good job keeping him honest here as Parker slides up. Oh, this is dangerous. Great job by everybody. We ride with Kelly looking back at Beasley. This is 6th position. Calantoni right there with him on his outside. As you see, Seth Foundy's gone to 2nd. He is past King. Tyler Dalton back into the play now as he's up to 9th. Tyler pitted at that last caution also. Everybody just racing hard here. 20 laps to go. It's time to get what you can get here. Bowler still 4/10 out. Seth Foundy 6/10 out. P2 there in front of King. Calantoni there behind him, and then Kevin DeBrown now your top 5. The first battle for position is back here with Tyler Dalton at 7th with Van Schaik and Mike Kelly. As here comes Fryer into the play now too. Ooh, where's Seth Foundy going? Yeah, drop a water bottle or something out the window. Good save on his part. As Josh Parker comes to pit road. Sure, I think he's taking his car behind the wall, unfortunately. As Van Schaik in a battle 3 wide there. You saw for a split second. Mons moved to 11th. Cass Fuller with one of the bigger leads anybody's had all night in this race. Van Schaik trying to get around Calantoni, trying to get himself a spot in the top 5 here. Good hard racing right here. Again, Kevin DeBrown kind of falling back a little bit on those older tires as Dalton gets clear. Priory's trying to clear him on the outside, does so. Beasley hits the wall off of 2. So at that point of the run here where cars are going to start really getting tight, especially turn 2. That wall's very inviting over there. Justin Fuller coming off of a run last week at Talladega that saw him 25th. And a rough start into the playoffs here, looking to get that third win of the season and get himself potentially back up near the top 5 in points. Audi trying to hold off King, who's now got Van Schaik and Calantoni. And then the battle right behind him here with Kelly and Robert Friery into turn 1. Dalton and Kevin DeBrown at the end of this battle, and then a little gap back to the battle between Beasley and Mons for the 10th position. As we come to 9 laps to go, battle for second is on. As King gets back to second, Van Schaik up to third. The Michigan winner got his first career win just a few weeks ago. And after being involved with incident earlier with Chad Coleman, has fought his way up to the top 3, and Foudy trying to hold on to a top 5 now. Four cars under a blanket for second, 4 cars under a blanket for 7th. Foudy continuing the fight. Ollie has worn those tires out a little bit. Car starting to struggle. There's a couple of battles. If I could split screen this, I would. There's actually a battle back towards 16th right now too, but can't really get to it. As Dalton's going to clear Kelly for 6th. Make that 5 laps to go. Go back here, Beasley, Rivera, Bentley, Glazier, amongst others. As here comes Charles. He is going to run out of time as Fuller's 2 seconds ahead. But Van Schaik has worked his way through the field here and up to second. Three laps to go. And tonight, we could call this the night of redemption, per se. I mean, Van Schaik involved in an incident. He's up there in second. Dalton pulled a whoopsies on lap 1. He's up in 6th. Comstock's in the wall. And Kelly was involved in a wreck. He's 7th. Friery involved in something. He's 8th. Kevin DeBrown, yeah, he was involved in something. He's 9th. Mons, 10th. I mean, just to name a few people. Holy moly. But Fuller is gone, 2.4 seconds. Ooh, Calantoni in the wall. Kind of a random stat here, but I know Fuller's from that upstate New York area. In upstate New York, there's a town up near Rochester that is spelled the same as Charlotte. It is not pronounced Charlotte, though. It is pronounced Charlotte. And don't go up that way and say Charlotte, because you'll get in trouble. Trust me. Final lap. In May of 2021 at Charlotte, Justin Fuller went to victory lane. We've had 11 other winners on the oval until tonight, as Fuller becomes the first repeat winner in Sim500 at Charlotte. As Fuller scores his third win of the season and gets himself back up in the top 5 in the points. As the top 10 all playoff drivers. As Fuller does his burnouts here, the only sneaky part is obviously Discord and not being able to interview anybody really at this point. But obviously, shout out to Units and Toyota for obviously giving Fuller a great car here this evening. And going to victory lane, his third time this season. And here momentarily, I'll get you the point standings and how they look updated as we take a look at the final results here from Charlotte. As Fuller wins it by 2.5 seconds over Van Schijk, Kevin King third, Anthony Calantoni and Tyler Dalton comes back to a top 5. Mike Kelly sixth, Robert Friery the third, 7th, Justin Mons 8th, Kevin DeBrown 9th, Eric Arnold completes an all-playoff top 10. Only 3 cars in the top 15 non-playoff drivers, Nelson Rivera, Bentley Glazier, and Richard Beasley as Comstock and Simley sandwich that 13th and 14th. As Wesley Donaldson 16th, Chad Coleman, Bobby Wetzel, Patrick Colby, Kevin Stone, your top 20. Schrader, Wortman, E.J. O'Rourke, Jose Medina, and Seth Foudy ends up 25th, 1 lap down. I did not see what happened to Seth. Let's see if he's on my highlights here. Yeah, Seth went around here in the final lap. We'll have to go see what happened there. Gonzalez, England, Parker, Yoakum, Livingston, Jatina, Jorgensen, Sigmund, and Doy Woods ends up in the last position, unfortunately. What happened to Seth? On the outside of Dalton there, and oh no! There's just a little misjudgment there between the two. Seth unfortunately finishing a lot worse than he deserved standings now. The top 20 in the playoff grid. Should be up to date. Let me see here. Yep. Here we go. Updated points after this race. As King leads Kelly now by 42. Kevin Brown up to third. Justin Fuller jumps 5 spots to fourth, and Mons right there in fifth. Colby, Dalton, Van Schaik, Simley, Parker, your top 10. Parker falls 8 positions and now is tied with Comstock. Callan Tony's right there, 1 point behind. Coleman, 7 behind, or 8 behind. Donaldson, 10 behind. There's still plenty of battling to do here. So we go to Vegas tomorrow night. Yoakum and Gonzalez, those guys down here, got a lot of work to do here in these next 3 races. Got 5 races to get to the top 10 in points. So it's been a lot of fun here. Appreciate everybody for joining me on this Monday night and allowing me to be able to get this broadcast done. I apologize again for the inconvenience to everybody, but we got it in and we're good. Appreciate Fuller for and others for racing and putting on a good show here and coming in chatting with me before going off to bed. But we're going to head out. We'll be back tomorrow night for more Sim500 racing from Vegas. We'll have another broadcast before that race, actually. So we will go from there. So thanks, guys, for watching. Enjoy your rest of your evening and enjoy your Monday at work. And always remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, reused, or retransmitted in any form without the authorized written consent of Captain eSports Network. Captain would like to thank all of his loyal fans for your continued support, and he hopes you enjoyed today's broadcast.
The following is a special presentation.
From the Captain eSports Network.